Solution to example 8 from note 7.3, days 1 and 2. And here we're going to try to solve the following equation. 3 tangent squared x plus 4x minus 4 equals 0. In order to solve this, if you'd like, you can use a u substitution and let tangent x equal to u and then solve it. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm just going to go ahead and think of tangent x as I factor it. So I can think of this as the same thing as 3u squared plus 4u minus 4 if I want. And I'm going to factor this either by guess and check or by AC. Either way, when you factor this, you're going to get 3 tangent x minus 2 times tangent x plus 2 equals 0. And if we check this quickly, we'll see 3 tangent x times tangent x is indeed 3 tangent x squared. Negative 2 times positive is negative 4. If I check the inner and outer terms, I'd have minus 2x plus 6x. Those two would add to positive 4x. Once I have this factored, I have two equations by the zero product property that I can solve. I have 3 tangent x minus 2 equals 0, or tangent x plus 2 equals 0. I'll isolate tangent x here. So 3 tangent x equals 2. Divide both sides by 3. Tangent x equals 2/3. Or tangent x equals negative 2. These are not values that we know from the unit circle. So we're going to solve and find one solution using our calculator. So here's the calculator. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to find tangent inverse of 2/3, and my calculator needs to be in radian mode, which it is, and I'm going to enter this value, and I'm going to get 0.588. So that's one of my solutions. So let's put that down. That's for this one. So I'm going to have x equals tangent inverse of 2/3, which gives me 0.588 radians. And remember, tangent inverse, that function is going to give me the angle in radians between negative pi over 2 and pi over 2, whose tangent equals 2/3. And 0.588, this is 0, this is pi over 2, which is 1.57. So I know 0.588 is somewhere in the first quadrant. So I'm going to sketch that. Let's say this is 0.588 radians. And then I have to think about the unit circle and say, where else between 0 and 2 pi is tangent going to have a value of 2/3, where it's going to be positive? Tangent's positive in the first and third quadrants. So I get the same reference angle, but now I'm going to go into quadrant 3, meaning that this is my reference angle. This is 0.588, and so the angle that I really want is going to be pi plus 0.588 for my second angle, and pi plus 0.588 is 3.729. That's my solution in 0 to 2 pi. So I'll put those down over here. So I've got 0.588 and 3.729. Those are the solutions from tangent x equals 2/3. Now we have to do the same thing with the second equation. So tangent x equals negative 2. That means x equals tangent inverse of negative 2. Let's bring our calculator back onto the screen, and we're going to find out what tangent inverse of negative 2 is. So that gives me negative 1.107. So here I get x equals negative 1.107 radians. So I'm going to sketch that on the unit circle. So here's my unit circle. Negative 1.107 is somewhere in the fourth quadrant. Let's say it's about here. negative 1.107. That's my first angle. Remember, tangent inverse only gives me one angle. The other angle that I can get between 0 and 2 pi would be the angle with the same reference angle, but in quadrant 2. So this angle, the reference angle, is 1.107. In order to find out what the value is, this angle that I just marked in red is going to be pi. That would be if I went halfway around, minus 1.107. And that value is going to be 2.034. So our values here between 0 and 2 pi would be 2.034. And then I have to be careful here. Negative 1.107 is not between 0 and 2 pi. So I need a coterminal angle, which I can get by adding 2 pi. And that gives me 5.176. So my fourth angle is 5.176. Those are my solutions between 0 and 2 pi. Now let's write the general solutions. So looking at the unit circle here for the solutions to tangent x equals 2/3, I can write x equals, I can pick this value right here, 0.588, and I could either add 2 pi n, or I could add pi n and encompass both of these solutions, both the 0.588 and the 3.729. So 0.588 plus pi n will give me all the solutions from the unit circle solution when tangent x equals 2/3. And then let's write all of these solutions. And here we can use negative 1.107 or 5.176. It doesn't matter if we have it between 0 and 2 pi for our starting point. And then we can add pi n. So that will take us 180 degrees, 180 degrees. So x equals negative 1.107 plus pi n, where n is an integer. So those are all of our solutions, our general solutions between 0 and 2 pi.